About a week ago, this channel put out a video called BMW Ended Tuning Era. Nobody noticed until now. But you noticed. All 15,000 of you. And a good number of you pointed out something the script got wrong. So before we go further into this story, credit where it's due. This video exists because the comments section did its job better than the research did. Here's the corrected timeline. Starting in June and July of 2020, BMW began shipping every new digital motor electronics unit, the DME, BMW's name for the engine control unit, with a locked bootloader, not a soft lock, not a setting you flip, a hardware-level security module built into the chip itself, using Bosch's MG1 and MD1 platforms, running on Infineon's Oryx tri-core processor. That processor uses 256-bit encryption. For context, that's roughly the same order of magnitude as the number of atoms in the observable universe, in terms of possible key combinations. Brute forcing it isn't a weekend project. It isn't a decade project. It's not happening. Which meant that from mid-2020 onward, the standard playbook, plug in a laptop, flash a file through the OBD port, simply stopped working on any BMW built after that date. And BMW dealers could quietly push the same lock onto older cars too, through a routine software update. Owning a pre-2020 BMW didn't guarantee you were safe from this. By 2021, it got harder again. BMWs built from that year on need what's called a bench unlock. The DME physically removed from the car, because the encryption keys live in protected silicon that the OBD port simply cannot reach. That's not a story about BMW losing a fight. That's BMW building a wall most manufacturers still haven't managed. So how did tuning survive at all? This is where the last video oversimplified things. The story isn't one hacker cracked it. The real story is two completely different roads, and only one of them goes anywhere near BMW's encryption. Road 1. Femto. Femto is a commercial unlock service based in Finland. Here's what they actually do. You remove your DME, you mail it to them, and using specialized bench equipment, they perform what's called a permanent unlock on MG1 and MD1 units built from July 2020 onward. Once it's unlocked, standard tuning platforms, BootMod 3, MHD, can flash it again through the OBD port, same as before 2020. It's not a hack in the dramatic sense. It's a paid, physical, one-time service, and it's become the standard route for anyone determined to flash tune a locked BMW. Turnaround is measured in days, not minutes. Your DME has to travel to Finland and back. That's Road 1. It goes straight at BMW's wall. Road 2 doesn't touch the wall at all. Road 2 is called Piggyback tuning, and it's the gap in the last video that most of you flagged. Here's how it actually works. A piggyback module, the best-known BMW example, is made by a German-Swiss company called Dahle, doesn't go anywhere near the DME. It doesn't flash anything. It doesn't touch BMW's encryption at all. Instead, it plugs in line between the engine's own sensors, specifically the boost pressure sensor and the camshaft position sensor, and the DME itself. The module intercepts the real signal coming off those sensors and feeds the DME a slightly different signal. The DME thinks it's reading the engine directly, but it isn't. It's reading whatever the piggyback module decides to tell it. The ECU responds by adjusting fuel and ignition to match what it believes the engine is doing, and that's where the extra power comes from. The genius of this approach is that BMW's entire encryption effort is built to protect the software inside the DME. A piggyback module never asks to get inside. It just lies to the DME from the outside, in a language the DME was always designed to trust. It's also fully reversible. A simple adapter swap returns the car to completely factory signals for a service visit. And, per Dahle's own documentation, it leaves no trace on standard diagnostic readers. So while BMW spent 5 years hardening the front door, This entire category of tuning has been walking in through a window that was never part of the security plan. Now, BMW isn't blind to any of this, and here's a piece of paper that proves it. In November 2021, BMW issued an internal technical bulletin, Service Bulletin 000421, introducing something new into their diagnostic software, ISTA, a specific fault code. Its description, word for word, DME, suspicion of engine tuning. When a technician plugs a scan tool into a car showing signs consistent with modification, regardless of which method was used to modify it, that code can trigger a pop-up and route the case into a formal review process before any warranty repair on the engine, fuel system, or transmission goes ahead. This matters because it means BMW's fight was never only about the DME's encryption. It's also about detection on the back end, building a paper trail that survives even if a car gets flashed back to stock before a service visit. It's a genuinely clever pincer move. Lock the front door as hard as physics allows, then build a second system that doesn't care how someone got in, only whether the evidence of tampering is still there when the car shows up for warranty work. There's a second front in this fight, and it's one most owners don't think about until it bites them. BMW pushes regular software updates to connected vehicles. Multiple owners, including in BMW's own enthusiast forums, report that installing a routine OTA update can silently erase a previously flashed tune, even one applied through a fully unlocked DME. The car simply reverts towards stock calibration overnight, with no warning that it's about to happen. For owners running a Femto unlocked flash tune, this means every OTA prompt is a small gamble. Many tuning shops now recommend disabling automatic updates entirely once a car is flashed, not to hide anything from BMW, but simply to stop BMW's own update system from quietly undoing weeks of tuning work. It's worth noting this is based on owner reports and tuner guidance, rather than an official BMW statement confirming it as deliberate. Whether it's intentional anti-tuning design or just a side effect of how calibration files get rewritten during an update, the practical result for owners is the same either way. One more correction, and this one's important, because it changes the whole "your BMW is becoming a subscription service" narrative. In July 2022, BMW did trial a monthly subscription for heated seats, around £18 a month, or a lifetime unlock for around £400, rolled out in the UK and South Korea. It never launched in the US, and by September 2023, BMW killed it entirely, with a BMW sales executive publicly admitting, quote, "People feel that they paid double," which was actually not true, but perception is reality. So that's history now, not a current threat. What about horsepower specifically? The idea that BMW might one day charge a monthly fee to unlock your engine's full power, the way Mercedes has done on some EVs. BMW has directly and publicly ruled this out. Asked about it, a BMW communications executive said plainly, "You buy a car with maximum power." So, credit where due, BMW's lockdown is genuinely about anti-tampering and liability, not a plan to sell your own engine back to you 1 horsepower at a time. So if Femto is Road 1 and Piggyback tuning is Road 2, what does the map actually look like in 2026? It's regional, and it's grown far past one Finnish workshop. Workshops like Kies Motorsport and Eurocharged offer DME unlock and tuning services across North America. As more than one of you pointed out in the comments, local specialists offer full ECU unlocks without ever routing a DME through Femto at all. The honest way to describe where this stands isn't BMW ended tuning. It's this: BMW closed one specific door, the free DIY laptop in your driveway flash, and in doing so, it created an entire regional service industry built around bench unlocks and pushed a huge share of casual tuning toward hardware that never goes near the DME in the first place. The tuning didn't die, it diversified. And in some ways, it got harder to detect, because a lot of it doesn't leave the kind of digital fingerprint the old flash tune method did. Which brings us to where this story goes next. Last time, We said Porsche's software was more locked down than BMW's, and that wasn't quite right either. The 991 generation GT3, built through 2019, is actually one of the more open Porsches out there. Companies like Softronic and EVOMS have offered simple, handheld OBD2 tuning for it for years. The real wall in the Porsche range is one generation newer, the 992 GT3 RS, where tuners openly describe encryption that gets, quote, trickier and trickier with each hardware revision. Deep enough that even specialist shops need a multi-week unlock process just to get started. That's video 21. Same fight, different manufacturer. And this time, we're naming the right car.
If you caught something else in this one, the comments are open, and we mean that.